Hi, I'm Ree, and welcome to Ree the Explorer, Life and Learning Hub. I create videos that make big ideas simple, especially around health, lifestyle, and the amazing changes that shape who we become. Today, we're diving into one of life's most fascinating transformations, puberty and your brain. Have you ever wondered why everything feels so intense during puberty? Why emotions run high, friendships mean the world, or risks suddenly seem exciting? While we often focus on the changes we can see, like growing taller or deeper voices, some of the most powerful changes are happening silently inside the brain. Therefore, puberty isn't just about physical growth, it's a full brain transformation that reshapes how you think, feel, and connect with the world. And it all starts in a tiny part of the brain that quietly flips the switch from childhood to adulthood. We often hear about the physical changes of puberty, how bodies grow taller, voices deepen, or hair begins to grow in new places. But what's often overlooked is the incredible transformation happening inside the brain. Puberty isn't just a physical makeover, it's a major brain reboot that prepares young people for adulthood in surprising and powerful ways. Let's start at the beginning. Puberty actually begins in the brain, not the body. Sometime between the ages of 9 and 14, a small but mighty part of the brain called the hypothalamus starts sending out signals using a special hormone called gonadotropin-releasing hormone, GnRH. This sets off a chain reaction throughout the body that lasts for several years, usually 4 to 5. During this time, the reproductive organs begin to mature. For girls, the ovaries grow and start producing estrogen. For boys, the testes grow and begin producing testosterone. These hormones don't just affect the body, they travel through the bloodstream and reach the brain, where they attach to receptors on brain cells called neurons. When these hormones land on the brain, they influence how neurons grow, connect, and communicate. They can make brain cells more or less active and even reshape how brain networks are wired. This changes how teens think, feel, and behave. One of the main areas affected is the limbic system, the emotional center of the brain. Inside it is the amygdala, which helps detect danger, understand other people's emotions, and react to stress. During puberty, the amygdala becomes more active and starts building new connections. This helps teens become more socially aware and emotionally tuned in to the people around them. Another important part of the brain that changes is the nucleus accumbens, also called the brain's reward center. This area is full of dopamine, the chemical that helps us feel pleasure. As hormone levels rise, the nucleus accumbens becomes more sensitive. That's why hanging out with friends, trying new things, or even just playing games can feel extra exciting during the teen years. It's also why teens are more likely to take risks or seek out new experiences. But while the emotional and reward systems grow quickly, the parts of the brain responsible for reasoning and self-control take longer to catch up. These areas are in the cerebral cortex, especially the prefrontal cortex, the part that helps us make decisions, plan ahead, and manage emotions. This area continues developing well into a person's 20s. This explains a lot. Teens are often labeled as impulsive, but research shows they can make smart, thoughtful decisions, especially when they're not under pressure. The challenge comes when decisions must be made in the heat of the moment or during stressful situations. That's when the emotional brain might take the lead over the rational brain. There's a bright side to this slow development. Because the brain stays flexible for longer, it can keep learning and adapting. This means teens have a great opportunity to shape who they become. Every experience, whether it's learning a new skill, standing up for a friend, or facing a tough choice, helps strengthen the brain in important ways. Even though hormones like GnRH, estrogen, testosterone and dopamine play a big role in brain development, they're not the only factor. Life experiences matter too. The people teens spend time with, the challenges they face, and the choices they make all help shape their brains. There are still many things scientists don't fully understand, like what exactly triggers the brain to start puberty, or why it's happening earlier in some kids today. But one thing is clear: puberty is not just something that happens to you. It's a time when you have the power to grow, learn, and build the foundation for your future self. So if puberty ever feels confusing or overwhelming, remember, your brain is doing something amazing. And the way you choose to use it, by being curious, kind, brave, and true to yourself, can shape your future more than any hormone ever could. Now, what comes after puberty? Puberty usually ends by the late teenage years, around ages 17 to 19, though the exact timing can vary from person to person. Once puberty finishes, the body has reached physical, sexual maturity, but the brain continues to develop. The next stage of development is called early adulthood, which includes the late teens through the 20s. During this time, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, planning, and self-control, continues to mature. This stage is all about building independence, forming deeper relationships, and developing the skills and identity needed for adult life. So even after the visible signs of puberty are over, the brain keeps growing in powerful and important ways. By the way, do you like this kind of animated videos? You too can do that by using Puberty AI. Just click on the link in the description of this video and try it out for free for 7 days. If you buy it using my link, you automatically get a 20% discount. It is relatively cheap and easy to use compared to others. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video.